Hey everyone, see if I can figure out how to do this on Zoom. It's time for me to put my money where my mouth was once again. I don't know if some of you remember how I really got restarted back in my business, but it was in 2020. Actually, it was a little bit before 2020. It was actually mid 2019. And my husband said he didn't want to be married to an angry person anymore. I had started gaining weight again. I was inflamed. I was reactive. I was angry, and I was picking on his son. And so that started me off to do like a ketogenic diet because that was all the rage. And I kept gaining more weight. So I was like, okay, screw it. I'm going to go back to my FDN roots. I'm going to do a food sensitivity test. I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. And I started losing a lot of weight, like I think a total of 45 pounds total. Well, fast forward a couple of years, I've been able to keep it off mostly. This last year was kind of a bitch. It started off in May with Jim and I going through a separation. So I was doing some emotional eating. And then I went into a lot of travel. So I was out of my regular routine of diet and exercise and detox and eating, out more with the inflammatory seed oils. And then I was getting caught in rooms with mold. And so my body would like instantly gain 5 to 10 pounds of water weight to help protect me from the mold. So it was a bit of a perfect storm the last 6 months. And here I am, like, yeah, close to 30 pounds overweight now. And I'm frustrated. I haven't seen myself this large. Well, I guess it would have been my wedding day. I remember in February of 2020 was my heaviest at 225, and right now I'm hanging out at 222. It's a magical number. No, it's not. I'm pissed. And so even coaches need coaches. I think everybody needs the help and the support and knowledge of something outside themselves, right? Like, I really don't think anybody's meant to do this alone or without tools to help you dial things in. So again, I went on a quest. I don't want to be a hypocrite. And so every week I thought I was dialing my diet back in, and every week I'm still gaining a pound. And so I was like, okay, that's it. So I could have gone back and done another food sensitivity test, but this time I chose to do a continuous blood glucose monitor. And it's been fascinating, even just in the past 3 days. So let me try to share my screen and show you, because they only have it on, like, you can only see this stuff on the app, which is on the phone. So let me see if I can do this. Okay. So you should hopefully be able to see that. All right, cool. So yeah, so it's funny. So you see this huge dip here a little bit before January 5th, like at, whoa, what says 1 p.m. Wait. There was one that it was such a low dip. I'm trying to figure out that actually the alarm, because it dipped so low and so fast, there was an alarm that went off. Actually kind of like looking, yeah, there was an alarm that went off because it was like around 50. And it showed me that I needed to probably eat some sort of a high protein, high fat snack, before bed to keep my blood sugar a little more stable. So let's see. This was, this first little spike here. Let me see. Come on. Don't be that way. If I remember correctly, yeah, that was my breakfast shake. And so I'm playing around with different berries, different fruits, different with coconut milk to see. And so you can already see that, from clear to the right of the screen where there's no real spike, that's this morning's shake compared to yesterday's shake where there was a blood sugar spike. And then the really high spike was my lunch. I made paella, and it had rice in it. And I'm starting to see that my body really doesn't like rice. No grains. So I was eating no grains for a long time. And so the funny experiment that I did then we had leftovers for dinner, and that's this spike here, but the rice had been cooled and cooked. And so that is the key of being able to eat certain carbs, especially like potatoes and rice. If you cook it and cool it, it changes the structure of the carb and the way that it breaks down and how bad it hits your blood sugar. And it actually makes it more of a prebiotic type food for your gut microbiome. So we see, like I said, just a lot of dips and spikes in the last couple of days. And then so far today, I'm evening that out a little bit better. And so, what a blessing it is. And then I'm also, how do I stop sharing? I'm also getting it's a knockoff. I wouldn't say knockoff, but it's not an Aura ring. It's a different kind. It's called Ring Con, I think. It's supposed to arrive tomorrow. So instead of working with a coach, because I am a coach, I needed some data, right? I needed to really be able to dial this in instead of throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks, because something I'm doing is not working. The exact opposite, it's working against me. And like I said, I don't want to be a hypocrite as far as a health practitioner goes. I really do try to do all the practices that I state, to my peeps. I walk my walk. And so for me to continue to gain weight, like there was no more, no mas. So here I go again. I've probably easily gained and lost over 200 pounds at different points in my life. So the weight thing has always been something I've struggled with. There is diabetes, a history of diabetes in my family. So I know I'm probably got some insulin resistance, and yeah, carbs are just not my friend. So anywho, stay tuned.